Hi, everyone. How are you? Hope you are well. This is Love and Money Show, and we're going to talk about 9 ways to come out financially stronger in a global recession. So, a global recession is on the way. By global, I mean the whole world. There's catastrophes going on all around, and so it's not just the U.S. So, the U.S. is already in a recession. They just have not announced it yet. Definition of a recession is two negative quarters of the GDP, which we have already arrived at. So, I'm going to talk about the 9 ways to come out financially stronger in a global recession. So, number one, emergency fund. Emergency fund of 6 to 12 months is very important. This is in case of a layoff or termination of your job or some event happening where you just need money all of a sudden. Maybe your car breaks down or something like that. So, getting into the habit of having an emergency fund, 6 to 12 months. Therefore, you can have a little bit more peace of mind as opposed to not having anything and looking at these draft accounts in your bank and wondering how you're going to make it from day to day, how you're going to pay your bills. Emergency fund, getting into the habit of putting money away into an emergency fund, 6 to 12 months. Number two, health insurance. Health insurance is very important. I know a lot of us are not accustomed to having health insurance, especially growing up. We figure we don't need it. We're young. Why do we need health insurance? But health insurance is actually one of the reasons why people go bankrupt. For example, maybe you've been healthy your whole life. So I'm not going to speak on you because I believe you should speak health, but maybe some other person, I'll speak on some other person. Some other person comes down with cancer. Do you know that a diagnosis like cancer could cause this other person to go bankrupt? As opposed to if you had health insurance, then that would prevent that other person from going bankrupt. So, health insurance is very important. Also, life insurance is important. You see people doing fundraisers, they need money for funerals, they do GoFundMe accounts instead of having life insurance. So, life insurance is very important. So, getting those things in order as far as insurance goes. Number three, managing your money. So you hear about budgeting all the time. Budgeting is not a fun word. So you can replace that word with a spending plan, right? So, first of all, writing down where all of your money is going for 30 days without changing anything, just being completely honest, writing down what you spend your money on, like taking a notepad with you. Write down for 30 days where you're spending your money. You're just being completely honest, completely transparent. So when that 30 days is over, you can go back and look and see where you can cut some of your expenses. However, this is not only about cutting expenses, this is also about making more money. So it's not all about cutting back, but it's about making more, figuring out how to make more. So a little bit mixture of both. So, and then the next thing, higher paying job. Figuring out how to get a higher paying job, whether that is just asking for more money. You'll be surprised what you can get just by asking for more money, or acquiring a different set of skills that pays higher. For example, going into the IT field, for example, there are some IT fields that train. for short periods of time, and the pay is six figures when you complete it. So finding out about programs like that, if you're interested, or just figuring out another way to find a higher paying job. The next thing, to keep investing. So as you know, we are in a bear market. You know that the stock market is doing horribly. It has improved the past 2 days, but in general, we're still in the bear market. You hear people saying that they are not investing right now. There's some people who are saying they're not investing right now. The real estate people are saying they're not in the stock market at all. And then on the other hand, you hear people say they are dollar cost averaging. So there's this thing here that you're not quite sure what to do, especially if you're a new investor. So what you do is you keep investing with the ideal in mind that this is a long-term game. It's not short-term. So eventually things will improve. The stock market will go back up, and it will go back up higher than where it is right now. Currently is red. Looks like you lost money, but eventually that will go back up to the money that it looked like you lost, and it will go higher than that. So keeping in mind that this is a long-term gain. It's not short-term. So this is 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20, however long you decide for it to be. Just remember this is a long-term gain. And then you've heard of buy low, sell high. So we're at a low right now, if you haven't noticed. And when they say buy low, this is what they mean. We're at a low right now. Buy low, sell high. So you're getting it on sale. If you're actually looking at it, it kind of doesn't make sense. Why would you buy something that's falling, right? Buy the dip so that it can dip down even further. Doesn't quite make sense, right? Especially if you are a new investor. So in that instance, if you don't really trust it, what you could do is put it on pause as far as investing, but hold it. Hold it no matter what you do, no matter what, don't sell. Hold. So some people choose to put it on pause. Other people are going to keep dollar cost averaging. But whatever you do not sell. All right. So those are your two options. Put the investing on pause or continue dollar cost averaging. So me personally, what I'm doing is I am dollar cost averaging. So I reach out to the people who specialize in the stock market. I have reached out to the guy, the Wall Street Trapper. I'm trying to get him on the show, and some other people I see out there who specialize in the stock market, because this would be a great time to talk to them. Right now is a time where people don't trust the stock market. So if you know them, if you know people who specialize in the stock market, have them reach out to me. This is a great time to get them on, to ask them questions, and to get people more comfortable investing, especially if they are a new investor. So that is the other thing, is keep investing. In the past 6 recessions, the S&P 500 has had an average return of 13.7%. So in spite of what people are feeling, that the angst that people feel, the outcome with the past 6 recessions has been an average return of 13.7% with the S&P 500. So long term, keep that in mind. This is long term. And then, like I said before, I'm dollar cost averaging. So I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. So just make sure that you make your own decision on what you're going to do in terms of investing. And then you're very smart. I know you're smart. So you're going to listen to other people who specialize in the stock market and people who have been doing this for 20, 30, 40 years. Uh, Warren Buffett, if you know him, have him get on this show, right? He would be good to talk to. Somebody who has been in this market for decades, right? So keep investing. Okay, the other thing to do is side hustle. Side hustle. This is the gig economy. So it's easy to pick up little gigs, mystery shopping, things like that. The thing is that I'm talking to professional people. More than likely, you have a degree, you went to college. So you're not really thinking about side hustling right now. You're thinking about a high paying career. But side hustling is not beneath anyone. So it does add up. So just keep that in mind. Side hustling. Another thing, real estate. So I interview people on the podcast. As you know, the interest rates are really high right now. Inflation is really high right now. A high interest rate translates into a higher monthly mortgage. However, there are people out here who are not afraid, even though some people are not buying homes. There are other people out here who are not afraid. They are continuing to buy. And I interview people on the podcast. And there's one guy, and I have his name in mind. I'm not going to say his name, but he said these words to me: buy your freedom. So that really stood out to me, that getting into real estate really does create freedom. So just keep that in mind, because this ideal of going to work, making money, and saving it, how is that working for you? Like, you've been doing this already for decades, and do you have anything to show for all of this hard work and stress and strain? So buying your freedom is a different path from working and trying to save all of these years. See, it's a different path. This path is not working. So consider this path. Okay, real estate. That's the other thing. Crypto. You know, crypto is real controversial. Some people will not touch it with a 10-foot pole. Other people are all in. You know, some people have lost a lot of money from crypto. In fact, I just saw this one lady talking about she just lost $10,000 in crypto. So, crypto is also a long term game. So, say for example, you bought something when it was five, it was worth five. Uh, Now it's worth 19, but then it crashed to 10. Do you see how this 10 is still higher than this 5 that you began with? So of course, if it was at 19 and it fell to 10, you lost all of this money, but you started at 5. So I'm saying that to say that even crypto is long term. You started down here, it shot up here, then it crashed. So crypto is speculative. No one knows what crypto is going to do. So what I do is I invest in crypto, but I do 1%. Other people are bullish on crypto, but crypto is an important piece to this. So you do want to make sure that you have your foot in crypto. And if you don't trust crypto, you can do the 1% like I'm doing. If you do trust crypto, then you could go bullish. All right. So, crypto is risky. Like I said, some people have already lost a lot of money in crypto. So, 1% is what I do with the crypto. Then the lastly is starting your business. So, starting your business is very important because that way eventually you can work for yourself instead of working for other people. Starting your business and eventually you having your business replace this 9 to 5 that you go to every day. All right. And so these are the 9 ways to come out financially stronger in a global recession. In fact, millionaires are created in recessions. So be one of them. All right. This is the Love and Money Show. If you like the show, please hit the like button. It helps the channel. Please hit the share button right here. If you know anyone who's interested in building wealth, refer them to this channel. Also, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the show. Hit subscribe if you're not a subscriber and hit the notification bell so that you won't miss the episode. Also, tune in on Sundays where I interview the millionaires, multimillionaires, and the entrepreneurs. Thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your night.